It's a bitch getting a truck back there though, because the way the dock is set up, you have to go in like you have to go past the store, loop around, and come through.
Speaking of doctors, what about the doctor from this movie?
Dr. Cheesesteak.
That's his name.
Was it his name?
No.
Okay.
I was just trying to segue that before you start drawing maps and talking about docs. I was like, let's get
Alright.
back to
Alright,
okay.
well kick us off then, Tommy.
All right, we're kicking off. We're back. That's it. I'm just gonna make that the intro. The Dr.
Word.
Cheesesteak. uh, we're back with the Graveyard Shift
Oh
movie
fuck, my notes.
podcast. Oh, your notes. Pull them up.
I got them up.
This week, talking about Grave Encounters from 2011. I picked this one. Remember when I said that I thought I'd seen it when I was younger? Yeah, I hadn't seen it. I had seen the sequel to this movie.
Wow.
So this was completely new for me. Bags, you want to kick us off? What you thought about it? Your rank?
Um, Shit, I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Maverick?
Oh fuck! I'll give it a 4.
A 4. Jesus. Tyler, what you got for it?
I think I have seen this movie
Yeah,
before. I give it a 7 out of 10.
yeah. I was gonna go with a 7 out of 10 as well.
Damn.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it had a lot of interesting elements. Like you see normal ghost things, and it's just a ghost thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then like this one piled it on. Like,
Yeah.
well, we'll talk about more after we do the spoiler thingy.
Yeah. Hey, so spoiler warning. Go watch this movie if you hadn't. And we're just gonna get into it. First off, so this thing is just a total. I don't know if I know Tyler has, but I don't know if Bags or Maverick has ever watched an episode of Ghost Adventures with
Yeah,
Zach Bagans or Baggins, how you pronounce it. It's just
I have. I was
oh
totally getting
shit,
that vibe.
yeah. It's just a total rip off character. Like they're just making fun of him, kind of.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I wonder if he's ever seen this movie. I was like, I wonder how he feels about this. But yeah, it was. So what's the doctor's name? I wrote it down. So they stay the night over at this fucking hospital, and they're on their sixth episode of the
well, it's
show.
mental institute.
Mental,
Hmm.
yeah. Which I just say they're on their sixth because the whole time, whenever stuff starts happening, they're like, "Listen, we've done 5 episodes and haven't found nothing. This is it." And I'm like, that it only took 5 episodes for y'all to get this desperate. Like,
Yeah.
like I thought there should have been some time in between. But yeah, and so they stay the night over at this mental institute, and shit hits the fan. The dude's name was Arthur Frecken, but he was a doctor at the hospital, and he was doing lobotomies and shit on people, and then he was killed by a bunch of patients. And was it his ghost? It seemed like there was multiple ghosts in this
There's a
movie.
lot. There was a
His
lot.
he was at the very end.
He was at the
Yeah.
very end, but I was like, the whole time I was like, I wonder if he's the one just doing it all, but I don't think he was. I think he
No,
just
No.
popped up at the end. Yeah.
there's a lot of weird shit that happens in the last 10 minutes.
There's a lot of weird. There's demon summoning and shit. Like,
Yeah, like they had like a demon, like a satanic ritual and
hmm
stuff, and
yeah, it
I don't
was.
know.
Uh, but before we get into the scary stuff, I'll talk about the lighter stuff that I liked. The best part about this movie, besides scares or whatever, is the dude's going around interviewing everybody, asking them if they believe in ghosts and shit. And then he goes up to like the gardener, and he's like, "Have you seen any ghosts?" And he's like, "I just started working here." He's like, "I haven't seen nothing." And he's like, "All right, cut, just make something up." And he's like, "Have you seen any ghosts?" And he's like, "Yeah, I see a ghost over there." And he just like points at
Yeah.
the corner. And I
Well,
was
he
He
gives
like,
handed
him
him
20
20 bucks too.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, that's good. That made me laugh.
I'm standing here with the resident gardener, Javier Ortega. Javier, have you ever noticed anything strange around the building?
No, not really. What do you mean?
Well, have you heard any weird noises or seen any ghostly activity?
I started working here.
I'm standing here with the resident gardener, Javier Ortega. Javier, have you ever seen anything strange in the past 10 years of working here?
Yeah, I saw a ghost over here. It was a really scary.
Well, and the medium he brings in too was
Yeah.
pretty. I was like, well,
That was pretty
this is
good.
crazy. So
Yeah, he's like, I feel presence everywhere.
Oh, oh, oh.
There is something else here. It's like a dark spirit. It might even possibly be a demon. And we have got to be extremely cautious tonight, Lance. I mean, we do not want to be messing with something like this.
Yeah. But it was
The
good.
medium was full of shit too.
Yeah, he was totally just
yeah, he's a paid actor. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like at one point he was like, "I have an audition tomorrow." And the
Yeah.
guy's like, "I don't care about your bullshit."
Yeah.
Mad.
there's a lot of crazy stuff in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
When that guy got thrown down those stairs, were you like, "This motherfucker flying"?
What do you think of the movie, man? We haven't heard you say much.
Oh, I
didn't
gave
like
it a 3. Yeah.
A 4. Don't try to backtrack now.
It was different. It took forever to get to the scary shit. The build-up was, I mean, it was not half bad.
Man,
I've
that
seen
scene with the
worse,
hair
obviously.
fucking got me.
I like the elements of, like the patience, like with the faces, and then I like the way they did, like they went slowly insane the longer they stayed there, and like they couldn't leave, and
Mm-hmm.
they woke up with like
Were
the bracelets, and then the chick had
were they
this
there
thing
for
on her back.
days?
Days, yeah.
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
That one guy.
at one point, yeah, he's like, "This is day, I don't know." He just gives up.
Yeah, it
Like in the
skips.
tunnel, he
In
was
the
like,
tunnel,
I've been
yeah.
walking all day, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole time thing was fucking crazy.
wild. Well, I remember because they go and they start looking for shit, and then it goes, if you look, because all the cameras had like the time at the bottom, so it was like 1:30, and they were doing like EVPs and didn't find anything, and then it just cut to 4:30, and they're just all sitting around like bumping rap music, and I was like,
Yeah.
they leave at 6. I was like, y'all, what have y'all been doing all night? But then, were the clocks wrong? Were they right? You don't really know anymore. So
That's my one complaint about this movie.
Okay.
They don't tell you how they found the footage, if they found the bodies, or,
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah,
I wish
that's
they would
true.
have.
Yeah, they just said that they found them. That was it. They
Yeah.
didn't tell you. Yeah,
Maybe
Which
the
was
second
like-
one.
because like the
How would
camera
you-
where he's snapping the pictures, it shows them
Yeah.
developed later. So clearly they like took it and developed it later.
Yeah, I got a whole list of notes on this shit.
Yeah, but kind of a note that I saw you written down that I had the same thing written down. They have that scene, speaking of this motherfucker flying, where he gets thrown down the stairs and he's like ah.
Hold on,
And they have
hold
the go ahead.
Bags, when this guy fell down the stairs, did you get flashbacks of Thomas's injury? He's like, "Ah, help me up!" And we just laughing at him.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did. Sorry,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, sorry.
So he's like sitting there and he's like, help me up. And they like help him up and he's like, something damn near broke my neck. Very next scene, he's jumping around. He's like,
Yeah.
we gotta get out of here. I was thinking like they were gonna have to carry this dude around from now on or something, but he was perfectly fine. And then he commences
Yeah.
to breaking down doors and shit.
To be fair, they had wheelchairs.
They
you
did
know,
have
so-
wheelchairs, yeah.
I thought that same shit when I saw that guy hopping around telling like,
Mhm.
"Man, something pushing me." I was like, "I guess he isn't hurt."
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he broke his fucking leg.
Yeah.
It did.
That scene was crazy though. That might have been my favorite part of the movie, when they break down the door and then they just stand there and it's like it's the hotel. It's just more of the hotel and they're like, we came in
Hotel.
here, or the hotel, not hotel, fucking
Hospital.
hospital.
Yeah.
Been watching too much Puppet Master.
Oh god,
Yeah.
no more Puppet Master.
Yeah.
please.
But yeah, and I was like, oh shit, they're never. Which then, so they keep going all these different exits, and it's all walled up. So I don't know why they thought like the roof exit would be there, like, and then it lingers on the sign, and he's like, yes, thank God, and he turns around, it's just a wall, and I was like, yeah, what do you expect?
He was like, "So that
Oh,
was
no,
my
that's
plan,
the-
guys."
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. They were on the 4th floor,
Mm-hmm.
and they look at the map, and it's like, you are here, and it had them on the 1st floor again, and I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
that's good. What? That was Thomas's favorite part. What is your guys' favorite part? Like,
I
Matt, what was
liked
your
when
favorite
those
part?
hands were coming from the fucking
That was
ceiling.
pretty
I was like,
good.
holy
I hated
shit,
that. I hated
holy
that so
shit.
much. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. It was.
Why was it the chick the only one getting grabbed? Like
Well,
anytime something popped through.
she was the like psychic girl or whatever. She was supposed to have like special powers or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't
You only know
hear
that
anything
from
about
like
that.
it's like 3 seconds of beginning when they're showing their pictures, and there's like occultist professional or whatever was her title or something.
Yeah.
But that's why. And the same way, like when the girl killed herself, how she was sitting there like kind of looking at the tub, crying or whatever. That's
Yeah.
what they were trying to make you believe, I guess. So,
That was cool.
I think
Go ahead.
one of the more silly like scenes is when they come up to the tub, fucking the crazy dude, because I end up finding him again, is looking at it, and then the black guy goes over there, pushes him to the side, and gets drug in, and they flip it
Yeah.
over, and he's gone, and you just don't see him again. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
yeah, I did.
No, I
He
mean,
got, like,
but like
sucked
you just
in.
never like he's just gone. Just boop. That's
He
it.
is gone, even
No
though
more.
Tyler was wondering, because then later that guy's looking for a pole to pry open the elevator, and like there's that shot of the tongue, and then the blood starts dripping, and he looks up, and there's a dude there, and Tyler was like, "Is that the black guy? Is he back now?"
No, it was
But
like
I think it was just
white
a
dude.
yeah, I think it was just some fucking ghost.
Yeah, it's 2 different actors, so.
Yeah, which then
But
the guy has the pole, and then for some reason gets over to the elevator, opens it, and then decides to go back to fight the guy without the pole, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Yeah,
my favorite scene was that dude took that fucking gainer down the elevator shaft.
That's
I was
good.
like, that
Oh,
caught
yeah.
me off guard. I was like,
yeah,
ooh,
He just looked down and was like, "Oh."
smiled.
Just looking at first. I was
And then
like,
they
okay.
do that cool shot where the camera's just falling, and I was like,
Mhm.
ooh. I was like, that was the best part of the movie.
that dude playing Matt when he's all crazy and just starts laughing at everything and stuff was
It's pretty
really
good.
cool. Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
it.
it was pretty good.
He smokes like someone who doesn't smoke. Like, it was bugging me the whole time.
Yeah,
So,
What are you talking about? Who's
like,
smoking?
the
Matt
way he
was
would,
smoking.
yeah, and remember the guy was like, no smoking in here.
Yeah, when they were
Fire.
looking for him, they were like, "Look for cigarette butts."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would have
remember
just burnt
lighting
that whole
one up
place
in
to
that
the
room.
ground.
That's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Let's burn everything, dude. Fuck it.
I mean,
Salt circle.
Once I opened that door and I saw that it was just more hospital, I would have killed myself right then and there. I'm like, not
Right.
today, Satan.
Yeah, they're like, we must have got turned around. And I'm like, the chain's on the door. It's got the spray paint. Like, this is clearly the same door. Just like shit is messed up.
Can we talk about how unprepared they were to fight ghosts? Like they go in there to look for them. Like they ain't got no iron, no fucking salt.
No
like,
iron or salt.
Yeah, no. Like, come
Hey
on.
guys,
bro.
okay, hold on 1 second. Hey Maverick, how many ghost hunts have you been on?
Fucking all of them. I watch every season of fucking
No,
Supernatural.
I mean
asshole.
you yourself. How many ghost hunts have you been on?
Dude, like 3.
Yeah.
You were
How many
there. What are
How
you
many
talking
times
about?
did
How
you
many
take
times
salt or
did
iron?
you take iron, salt?
Listen,
Anything like
we went to churches. That's Holy Spirit. Come on, there's no mean ghosts there.
Matt, did you say you watched Supernatural? The fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, man.
Why? It's good. Fuck you, man.
Wow.
CW all the way. But anyways,
Yeah.
That's the only CW show I actually watch.
Maverick said that he didn't like or it took too long to get going. I thought it did an alright job of the build up. Like they spent like 15 minutes interviewing people, and then they go around like marking places in the hotel or god damn it, hospital. But I didn't think it
think
took too long.
Call it
to
a
build up.
hotel.
Yeah, right.
I could have done without the introduction of the producer guy. Be like, listen, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it set it up, but you don't ever see him again. So like he played like a 5-minute part.
But yeah, and then that wheelchair scene earlier that we were talking about, where he's like taking the phone call with his girl, and then he has like his back turned on it, and the wheelchair moves just a little bit to
Oh,
not
yeah.
like tip him off or anything or nothing crazy, and I was like, that's good, and he just never noticed it, but you as the audience saw it, and you're like, oh
Dude,
shit.
I didn't fucking see that. I was looking at the background to see if you see something,
You
like
were on
someone
your
run
Yeah.
phone.
past. I was on my phone.
Jesus.
I was.
I did
I
When
was
miss.
on
they
my phone for like 50% of this
Yeah.
fucking movie.
Goddamn. Go ahead.
when like when they showed that like it was like a stretcher or something
Mhm.
turned on its side and the wheels
And the
were still
wheels were
spinning.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, were you like, oh shit?
Yeah. I
That's
was like,
like
that's spooky as
the
hell.
start of everything.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't see anything.
Do you hear that?
It's coming from in here.
What?
Holy shit.
Is that before? Because the hair that Tyler talks about, like I missed
That
it
was
the
pretty
first
good.
time because I was like, I don't remember what I
The
was
hair
looking
is like
at.
right after that, I think.
Okay, yeah, but
That
then
girl
like
freaked the fuck out.
they started freaking out.
I would too.
Yeah, so I was like, there must be something like in the background that one of them saw, and then I rewound it, and I was like, oh no, like, yeah, that was a good scene though. You remember when the dude later, when he's in the when he's all by himself in the fucking the what is it, the basement? I'll just call it the basement.
Oh,
But he like takes the EVP thing and he's like, "What do you want from me?" And he hits play and it's just like a bunch of different ghosts like screaming and shit. And I was
Yeah,
like,
like
"Oh
laughter and
shit!"
stuff,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was like, "That's creepy."
What do you want from me?
How do you feel? How do you guys feel about the girl's death, where the smoke just fills up the hallway
Yeah,
and
it's
she's
just-
gone?
They're both like passed the fuck out. Smoke and then go.
I took a note on this.
Yeah, what was your note, Tyler?
A homegirl vanished in cloud of smoke. LOL, Vape Nation.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Because it was the worst thing. I mean, I think she was dead already. To be honest with you.
The guy
Yeah,
was
she
like,
started
she's not
coughing
gonna
up
make
blood.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought it was different. I don't know if I would necessarily say I liked it, but I didn't expect that to happen. So
There's
And
too
then-
much
Yeah,
weird
that was
shit
cool.
going on.
yeah,
Like when they got the bracelets
yeah.
and like
Did they all get bracelets? I only noticed the Matt had the
Yeah,
bracelet.
they all had them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That
and then
dude-
like when her back got scratched up and the guy was like peeking out the door. I was like, something came in and scratched the fuck out of homegirl. So what does the door matter? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
The
What was with the Sasquatch arm that grabbed her? The
through
big hairy
through
arm.
the window. I don't
that
know.
came through- yeah, I was like, what is this?
That was
I
wild.
like, yeah, I was like, man, this whole movie is just going out there.
Yeah, once shit started kicking off, I mean, it kept going. Like, which I read that the dude, so the guys who made this, the Vicious Brothers, which their name is not vicious at all.
It's not, no.
But
it's really just the one guy, right?
Yeah, it is. The other guy's name, he's like the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Good Will
I
Hunting.
saw.
Like, hey, put my name in.
I saw that they were talking about how, anytime it's a found footage movie, I think nowadays people think more Paranormal Activity, but before, Blair Witch was like the found footage movie. But they were talking about how Blair Witch, succeeded so much with not showing you that much, and it just implied everything. They were like, we wanted to do the exact opposite, and we wanted you to know exactly this is what they're facing, this is what's running at you. And so they did that. They made sure you saw like a whole bunch of shit.
The one part that I didn't like, or that they didn't go back to, and I don't know how they didn't,
Mm-hmm.
is the window that would open on its own. That was like the one way out.
Yeah, they didn't.
And then
Well, he
there's
said
a
it's
point.
80 feet or some shit off the
Yeah.
ground. Like,
Yeah,
what
but
is that?
you gonna jump off that, or are you gonna deal with the lady crazy facing you?
Yeah,
I
right.
would jump out that window all day.
Aim for the bushes.
Yeah, I would hang from the window, drop, be like, it's only 74 feet now.
Can
Ah!
I-
You know, like,
Can I let you guys in on something? As someone who's seen the
What's up?
sequel, that window makes a return. That's all. That's all I'll say about that.
What is the sequel like?
Yeah, I'm
The
cur-
sequel
curious.
is a team of that this video comes out, and then they're like, let's see if we can go find the remains of those people, and so they go in there,
Oh no.
and yeah, I almost don't want to give it.
No,
There's some
we'll
crazy
do
shit
we'll do an overtime episode on it.
of Grave Encounters too.
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't.
take a break
I
from
will
other
say
movies.
though, I think this movie was better than I remember Grave Encounters 2 being. But we'll check it out. But it's the same setting. That window makes a return, and there's some crazy shit in that movie. But yeah.
But yeah, it is. I mean, there's one part where the lady runs across the hall, and everyone's like, "That was Matt," and I was like, "That looks nothing like."
Yeah, it was like a little girl or some shit.
Yeah, I was like, "How did they get that confused?
Yeah.
Different clothes and everything."
I thought.
I just want you all to know, if I'm ever looking for you, and I come across a hallway and all your shit's on the floor,
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna stop looking for you.
Yeah, you're gone.
No, keep looking.
Keep looking. Which they found him eventually. He was
Flipping out.
just crazy. They I thought that like some of the effects you can clearly tell are like, they didn't have that much money, but it didn't look that bad, except for the one with the dude in the hallway who gets like thrown, but it was very fake looking. But
I was thinking about it. Did they actually film on site?
yeah.
Like
This
okay.
Yeah, this hospital, I read it. It was something, but it's the same hospital that then they just turned into a jail for Watchmen when Rorschach's in jail.
It's like from 2012 or something. Like it's not a haunted place. It's not like they filmed on location in a haunted place. It's just a building.
I was thinking like these are the like have like a harness on and like the wires and shit, and they actually go through the air. Maybe that ceiling just wouldn't like support that, so I was like they had to do like the cut.
Well,
And,
no,
like,
I sent Thomas a
There
screen grab.
is, yeah. He does
To where
totally, when he's hanging there, you can see a hook on the back of his jacket.
Yeah, there's like he has like a D ring on his back, to where they could tell that's what they were suspending him. If you look at it again, you can see his jacket's what's being pulled up, not him.
Yeah.
And he's like, now that whole shot through a cannon. Yeah, I don't know, no clue, but it just looks sped up on a camera.
Something.
So.
Yeah. This movie, speaking of the effects, this movie had a budget of $120,000. Made a box office of $5.4 million.
Yeah,
so they made a little profit there.
This motherfucker flying.
This motherfucker flying. Yeah.
It was I don't know, it was good. It wasn't a bad movie. Like, I don't know. If you believe in ghosts and stuff, like everything seems plausible except for the morphing house or whatever, right? Or building.
Yeah, turned into a greenhouse at one point. I was like,
yeah,
there
was the whole greenhouse section. I'm not even going to touch on it.
No.
That was bizarre.
Yeah.
So,
Dopest part of the movie.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like once he finds like the satanic stuff,
yeah,
and that's like Viking writing, so I don't know why
it
they
is
had
Viking writing. Yeah.
Like, I only know that because of like this little Thor's hammer thing I have in the other room.
Yeah.
But like,
I read what that book said. It didn't say anything really interesting.
Yeah, I saw it was something about if your love leaves, get gold to replace her,
Yeah,
or something, and something changed.
Said liberate. X.
X.
May.
Yeah.
X.
There's so many parts.
I can't believe y'all didn't like it. I'm surprised y'all gave it a 4.
Who said they didn't like it?
Little
Well,
Mav.
4 is Mav said he was on his phone half the time.
Mav said it. Mav, you said it was lit.
Did I?
I don't know.
He's like, I don't remember that. Yeah. How fucked was that one dude's job that like all this shit's kicking off, and then they're like, "Hey, go get the cameras."
Dude, yeah,
He
I
was like,
got
okay.
so pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
My note, I have like a paragraph on that alone.
Yeah. And he's like,
He was like, "Is anyone gonna help me?"
yeah. Well, he's like, make sure you have the radios, and they were like, it hasn't been working before, but hopefully it works now.
No, the worst
He
part
tested it.
He did.
is he's like, is anyone gonna help me? He's like, I need them all here. And
Yeah.
then like 3 seconds later, it goes back and they're all just sitting there.
Yeah, right.
I wonder where Matt is. And Matt's like, hey, what's up, guys? Like,
Yeah.
I got so mad.
Yeah, that Matt guy was definitely the fall guy out of the group. Like, They didn't
Yeah.
give a shit what happened to him.
No.
And then,
Ghost.
like, remember later when he like thought he heard him on the walkie-talkie? And he was
Mhm.
like, "Just tell us where you are, and we'll come find you." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, now you motherfuckers want to come find me?"
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in a room. What do you want?
Yeah, he just went, I'm so cold. That was it.
Yeah. Or I'm freezing.
Yeah.
All you could really make out.
Did you guys like buy any of the acting by anybody in this movie?
The lead.
I thought the lead dude was doing pretty decent.
That guy was playing a character so full of himself.
Yeah.
He really was.
It was funny as shit.
That's probably how he is in normal
No.
life. But I don't know. I thought the girl was horrible. I thought TC was way over, like, dramatic. TC was the black guy.
Yeah.
Matt, you didn't get to see enough of. The actor guy. That guy's in everything, by the way.
Yeah.
Which
The
one?
actor guy. He's
The-
in Riverdale.
The guy who
The
played
main
the
guy?
medium.
Yeah, the guy.
Oh, the medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in like Riverdale. He's in like. God, I can't remember the other.
I've never seen that show. Is it good?
I hear good things, but I never watched it. Jughead, get the
I
fuck
know
out.
Cody's in it. That's about
So-
it.
Yeah, that's all I know too.
Yeah.
The twin kid.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, like I said, I didn't like any. Oh, okay, no, I take that back. I thought the groundskeeper was okay. He seems. He just seemed like a weirdo. He kept looking like he was like, I wish this guy would stop touching me, like because the guy was all hands on.
Did you like this shot of that medium dude when all the shit's kicking off and the guy's like trying to keep the TV show rolling and he's just standing next to him like staring off into the space, so scared, dude. I was like, I understand this dude's fear.
I don't. There were certain parts he was like, the spirits. He's like, shut the fuck up! What are you doing? Get away! And I'm like, what? That's what he's there for.
Yeah. Tyler, you had another note that I completely agreed with. Where every time they're like, hey, help me with something, they walk like 20 steps to put down the camera and then walk all the way back over. And I'm like, who would do that? Like, I'd be throwing the camera down, like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, they always make sure that everyone was like in frame.
In frame,
and it
yeah.
was, yeah. So I was like,
Yeah.
Fucking content, dude.
Content.
But I don't know. There's I know I'm looking through my notes right now about him eating the rat, which seemed random.
Oh
as
yeah,
fuck.
that's crazy. Well, all their food went bad for some reason.
Well, like his light went out,
Mm-hmm.
and up to that point, the only way the cameras could see was like night vision.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, then it turned on that his camera had a light.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess before I go into my next thing, but that rat, it like his one little hit flattened the shit out of that rat.
Yeah.
If you go back and do frame by frame, it's like a normal rat.
Yeah.
And then he gets like halfway, and then all of a sudden it's flat, and then
Yeah, I'm sure. I thought about going back and doing it.
I mean, I watched Cannibal Holocaust, so that's
Yeah, right. I was like, ooh, every time I see an animal now, I'm like, what's gonna happen? But yeah, they talk about so the time and stuff's all messed up. I guess it must have affected their camera batteries and shit because that thing lasted for so long. Like they were in there for a week and that shit was still going.
I put my notes on the thing if y'all wanted to read them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Matt wearing whitey tighties the whole time.
Yeah. Speaking of rats, why was that guy so upset? They have that scene where they hear something in the room, and TC like opens up the door, and there's rats in there, and the dude's like, "Oh, man, that sucks," and I'm like, "That's great TV." Like, like I was like, "That's funny. You thought it was ghosts, but it's rats." But he did not seem to think so. He was very upset.
One thing that made me mad, I just read in my notes, is like shit's kicking off. Everything's crazy. Very next scene, everyone's passed out.
Yeah,
Better take a nap. There's no way. There's no way. Like I that could have been like 3 days in for all we know, right? But I'm like no.
Yeah.
So. And then like when the window opened, they didn't want to show it, so they made the camera mess up.
Yeah, I thought that was Which then it shows the window open on its own later anyway.
Yeah,
But I guess they didn't have the budget to do it twice. So.
Well, like every time the camera messed up, it was the same static. I hate that. Like, just get a couple different frames of static.
Yeah.
Because it was the same pixels in the same spot, and it'd be like geek, 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 and then it would mess up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, come on.
They did we always have to mention society at least once in the scene. They pull the society, and the guy went to go get a sandwich, and there's just all fucking maggots and shit in like the apple.
Yeah.
And I
Now,
was
what
like,
did
oh no.
do you think that's because like the evil spoiled everything there?
That's what I took from it. Yeah.
So I just was because he was like the bottled water's fine though.
Yeah.
I was
right.
like that cooler's pretty sealed, so why would the water be fine? Like,
Yeah. Also, unless they'd eaten more, there was only like 2 sandwiches and an apple in there. Like, what was...
well, the guy was eating a sandwich earlier, Matt. I don't remember why. It stuck out in my head because they cut their sandwiches in half, and I was like, "What is this? Like, what are
Yeah.
they doing? Who cuts a sandwich in half? I haven't cut a sandwich half ever." And it showed.
I like when the medium's in the hallway. I wanted to look up if they really made him walk in the dark in
Pitch
that
black
hallway.
dark?
Yeah, because I know the movies do that from time to time. But I like when he hears like the ghost voice behind him. He like takes his backpack off and uses it as a shield in
The
front of
shield,
him. Yeah, and I was like, that's good. I would do that.
He got, I don't know if he got knocked out or maybe he was dead. Like it force chokes him, right?
Uh-huh.
Like Vader's in that bitch, and then it just tosses him,
Yeah.
and like he's just not moving. I'm like, is he dead? Are we gonna see him again? You don't see him again.
No.
You don't.
I don't know why you found Matt and not the other ones.
I'm saying, like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
And
right.
I think that was supposed to be TC.
Yeah,
I don't
the
think
ghost.
so. No. Why?
The only
his
reason is
tongue
because of the
showing?
tongue. They saw the tongue on the floor. I don't think a ghost tongue would show up.
You think maybe because TC was like the loudmouth of the group? So
Yeah,
there's
like
something
always screaming
symbolic
and
there.
yelling.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm Peter Parker," and then he comes jumping down at him. But like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
They all had that weird face thing, which after the first time you saw it, you
yeah.
were like, okay.
You could take
no,
it or
no.
leave it. I was like, yeah.
I like at the very end where he's sitting there and he sees the doctors and the nurses, and he's like, "Oh no!" And he knocks over a bowl,
Yeah.
and then they all look at him. He's like, "Oh," and then the doctor's like right there.
That's
dude,
pretty good.
Yeah, this dude cusses at us. I wasn't sure how to take it. He was like, anyone watching this? Fuck you. I was like, alright.
I was pissed.
You like punch your screen. Yeah.
That was the weird part. I didn't think they needed it. Well, they did it to show that he was going crazy, right?
Mhm.
But I was like, okay, all right. Oh, well, yeah, you're yelling at people. Ooh.
How do you feel about his twitchy eye at the end? When
Well,
he's like, for Lance Robinson, this is Ghost Grave Encounters. I almost said Ghost Adventures.
That
It
was
is
to
grave
show,
again.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, he had a lobotomy, right? They fucked
Yeah,
his brain up.
lobotomy.
But like Matt had one apparently, right? Because Matt was like, he said, "Make me better."
I would guess so, yeah.
But then like he couldn't talk whole sentences. He didn't know anybody. He got the camera, didn't know how to work it. Like,
Mhm.
but this dude's like signing out and doing like
Yeah,
all
remembers
kinds of
his
shit.
name, the show he's
Yeah.
on.
So I was like,
Yeah. Which also, isn't a lobotomy, like, because Matt's still all crazy and laughing, isn't a lobotomy supposed to completely neutralize like that? And you're
"Hey,
just
you're
sort of
supposed to be
like,
almost be a vegetable."
Yeah.
Like, it almost takes you back to like infant state.
yeah, it's like, fucking cuckoo's nest. That's what they did the old.
Catatonic
Can't
is the
remember
word I
his
was
name.
looking for. So I think it would have been better if he was like, "This is Lance, blah blah, blah, signing off," and then like he's holding the camera, but he's like strapped to the table, and they're about to do the lobotomy. Like,
Yeah.
That would be so funny, dude.
I would have loved
Yeah.
that. Like,
I like
But-
the intro where they're all standing in the hallway and the medium has like his arms crossed and the goth girl like has his me mug face on and shit and they're like, let's get ready for some grave encounters, and they all
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it. Yeah.
overall, like I said, I enjoyed it. I watched it and I was like, "This is a good movie." Like, I don't know if I'd watch it again though, but I would suggest it to someone to watch, right?
Mm,
But I don't know.
yeah.
I think if you watch this alone in the dark, and I watched it alone at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So
I remember Grave Encounters too. I watched at like 2 a.m. when I was 11 or some shit. So.
And it was scary.
I remember little Thomas was shaking. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
this is gonna
go
sound
ahead.
very Maverick like, but
Yeah.
There's no nudity.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I think
Well, I don't know
have a
when they could
good
have
scary
fit.
movie, you have to have like a butt or something, right?
Yeah.
Like it's every Jason movie has a little bit, right? And I
Well,
think Freddy
with
does too.
Jason, yeah, there you go. Freddy, the only time you ever see a naked chick in Freddy, I can't remember which movie it was. I think it was New Nightmare. But there's never a naked chick in Freddy. Fun
So,
fact.
well, it's just because it fires off a different sense, right? Even if you're not like, if you're like Maverick and you don't appreciate women or whatever, you're in a dude, and like it's like comforting, right? You're like, ooh, naked person, and
Yeah.
it like fires a different part of your brain.
I
That the
don't,
scare
yeah.
part is, like
I don't know where they
um,
would have fit that in, though. Like, when was the right time to have the
Chick
naked
in the
lady?
tub.
I don't,
Chick in the
the
tub,
blurred
yeah.
faced lady. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, it could have
Hey.
been. Hey, it could have been a dude just
Yeah,
as well as
could
a
have been.
lady.
Speaking
No.
speaking of Jason, because I brought this up when we were doing the fucking
Jason Garrett.
what was the movie with Cronenberg? Oh, Nightbreed. And remember how we were looking it
Mhm.
up, and I was like, "Oh, Jason X. What do you do in Jason X?" You remember at the beginning when he's all tied up, and the doctor's like, "No, we're keeping him for science. He's lived this long or whatever." That doctor, that's Cronenberg. There you go.
Tight.
I don't
You're
know how.
talking to me, right? I'm the only one who's seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
I've seen
I
Jason
didn't know
X.
that was
yeah.
I
him.
know. I'm talking about Jason.
You've seen it, Bun?
Probably. I've seen all those. I want to say.
Trust me, if you've seen Jason X, you know you've seen Jason X.
Is that the one where he's in space?
That's the one where he's
It
in
is.
space.
Yeah, because of the mask. That's like my favorite Jason mask. Even though it's like heresy
Well,
to say.
he doesn't get that metal mask till there's like 10 minutes
10
left of the
minutes.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very later on. Jason
Well, he
X
gets
is great though.
Doesn't the AI remake him or whatever?
The
Like his whole
they
thing.
kill him, yeah, blow his head off, and then the AI is like repairing. It's
Yeah.
like, oh no. Yeah, that movie's great.
I wouldn't remember the guy at the beginning.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
didn't either, but now I'm like, okay, I get it.
We'll get there. We'll get to or we're just waiting for the Friday the 13th. When Friday the 13th comes back around, we'll watch the Friday the 13th. But apparently it's in September sometime, right?
September, yeah.
So,
Well, they're releasing a 40th anniversary of because this year is 40 years since the first one, and it has all of them on Blu-ray with like this book and all this shit, and it costs like $150, and it's coming out Friday the 13th, which I think is in October or something like that.
you getting it?
I thought about it, but now I got other things I need to pay for first. They're only making like 3,000 of them, so they were like, better pre-order them. And I was like, oh, all right.
Right as soon as we get done.
Yeah,
But anyways, what do we get? What's the
rate me, boys. Give me a grade.
Yeah, what are we giving Tommy's movie
I'm
overall?
gonna give it a B minus.
B minus. I like it.
B minus C plus. Yeah, that's not bad.
Sounds about right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It's a one-time thing, and believe it or not, I actually look forward to watching the sequel.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So
Hey, it's going down.
it's going down. That's the Executioners. That's a different movie.
Yeah.
Jason Executioner. Anyway,
Jason the Execution.
who's picking the movie this week?
It's a little Baggins pick
Yeah,
Oh,
bad.
this week.
Is it me again?
It is.
Fuck.
We're speeding through these
Oh.
things, man.
I got nothing for it right now. You're gonna have to do some Edward Scissorhands editing
Yeah.
and put it in
Put it
later.
in. All right. Well, I'll.
The last podcast we did, or
Mhm.
2 weeks ago, Maverick says this, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell you later." And then 2 minutes after we get done,
He's like
They
Nightbreed.
and then and
I
then he
did
puts it in
research.
the thing. He's like, "This motherfucker told me 2 minutes after the
Yeah,
thing
on
went
Willow
on."
Creek, I'm like, yeah, he literally told me right after we ended. Not sure why he didn't just do it when we were talking.
Well, take your time. I mean, I'd rather you think about it. Last time we didn't
Yeah.
think about it, we got a Willow Creek. So
I totally didn't think it was me this week. That's why I
I
was like, oh,
thought it was
shit.
me, and I didn't know what I
I
was.
thought it was Mav.
No,
He did last week.
I've
Nightbreed.
got some time.
And then you picked this one, Tom.
Yeah.
And then me, and then Bone.
Yeah,
Or me and then Mav.
you and Tyler, and then back to Maverick. There you go.
I'm just gonna pick a Leatherface movie every week now.
Just every week, yeah.
No, I'm gonna stay away from it. We'll do like a Leatherface series eventually.
Yeah.
For this
overtime.
on this overtime one, can we shift from puppet master, or are we strictly going through the puppets for the overtime?
We don't have to. Overtime's
yeah.
whatever we want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a little puppeted out.
Yeah. Also, apparently the third one is like a prequel to all these other ones. On that list of yours, Puppet Master 3 was like second in line of chronological order.
holy shit.
Yeah.
The best ones.
Yeah. But yeah. I
But
don't
anyways,
know. We gotta watch Grave Encounters 2 now, so we'll fit that in somewhere.
Throw that on the overtime one.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we'll probably do it. I don't know.
Maverick, how's your
Tuesday.
schedule looking? You know it all?
No, I don't. Boss is probably pissed I called off yesterday. so-
Probably. You're probably out of a job.
I'm supposed to have a cleaning, like going to the dentist. I got scheduled Monday. I don't know if I'm working
shit.
Monday though. We'll see.
You get a different 2 days off every week, Mav?
Yeah, depending on the schedule. Shit, they did. I almost got just Sunday off. Like I almost worked Friday. Like I worked Monday through. I would have worked Monday through Saturday. Had like
Yeah.
50 some odd hours, but I was like,
Well.
yo, fuck that.
Well, Maverick's working Monday through Saturday, but we're heading out. This is
Shit, I'm working Monday through Thursday.
oh shit, I'm working not anytime soon.
You working on your tan.
Yeah, my tan.
Hey, you just working on getting better, bud.
I'm
And then,
trying.
you know, we'll man the battle stations.
Sounds good. All right.
I gotta stop positive because I give you so much shit
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
At this one time, I'm like, you take care of you. As soon as we go off, I'm like, you son of a.
Yeah. Ah. All right. Well, thanks for listening to the Graveyard Shift Movie Podcast. Go check out the other ones we did. Last week was Nightbreed. Bags, I'm sure I'll have your movie pick in there already at this point, so go.
What do you think,
Word,
Bags? You
word.
thinking like zombie? You thinking ghost? You thinking jump
Who
scare?
knows? Bags he's a
I'm
grab.
thinking classic slasher,
Mm,
butcher's knife, you know, a mask.
maybe some maniac cop.
I'm surprised you didn't pick The Hills Have Eyes for this one.
Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to do that one a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
or actually a month ago now.
Because I don't think I've seen it. I'm looking forward to watching it. And I was like, all right, Bags gonna pick a Hills. And you're like, let me think. And I'm like, oh. So,
Yeah.
but just think on it. We got time.
Yeah.
I won't watch it until next week anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Bags picked House on Haunted Hill from 1999. So that's the flick for next week. All right. So anyway, all right. Thanks for listening. And
Like, subscribe, smash that bell. Tell your friends. What's the hoodie gonna say? We got merch coming.
It's
Happy go fuck you.
Happy Go Fucky. Yeah.
What
That's
the fuck?
it. Yeah.
That's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye out for the merch. It's
Yeah.
coming.
It's
If
coming.
I have the magic marker on a t-shirt, it's gonna be
Yeah.
there.
All right.